This is Nostrovini, IEAK, alias Vincent Gotch. And this is an experiment in comedy. Yes, dear hearts, I intend to use a comedy premise from the 1990s, time of my youth. There's an obscure comedy show called Herman's Head, in which a man's mind was possessed by 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 comic characters. Yes, you could say he had multiple personality disorder in order. Yes, and I intend to do this. I am going to plagiarize Herman's Head and do comedy magic with the Post, which is where my muse is that rag, that glorious right-wing rag. All right. Now, to introduce you to my cast of characters, there is, of course, Vinny Vincenzo. Vinny Gotcha. Vincent Gotcha. Mysterious Victor Gott. And a few others will momentarily appear and then introduce themselves. Today, I intend to do November 11th, post 2022. Voila. The Post. Minor threats, or armed to the teeth to the baby teeth. Apparently, a 6-year-old kindergarten child came in with a loaded Glock to school. So authorities immediately had him go through the kindergarten metal detector and detected that weapon. Can I have a Glock, please? I want to cap the bitch. Oh, I said a bad word. No, child. You cannot have a Glock. First off, you are a fiction, a fragment of a fiction of this man's imagination. You have no real reality. You, in fact, don't exist. Or you're the remnants of a begone childhood. Why are you me like that? What he's saying, you don't exist. You, and what he means is I don't exist. Listen, God. I don't like the way this direction is going. We're talking about a little kindergarten kid having a Glock, having a gun. He's carrying, he's packing hate in the kindergarten class. Now, I'm not saying anything, but maybe there's a kid kills someone with a Glock. There's a reason for that. There's a reason. I say, you got one of your kindergarten vendettas. Somebody's playing with their blocks in the wrong way, and this kid's going to straighten them out. How do you feel about this? Gotcha. I feel that there should be much more gun control in the kindergarten or preschool. This would facilitate less gunplay in in the 1st grade, 3rd grade, and 4th grade, and of course the treacherous 5th grade. Now, another thing that we're having here is Russia moves to teen labor. Apparently, Russia, the former Soviet Union, is intending to go backwards a little bit. It's going to go with child labor laws with people 14 and 15 years old being able to work the farms while they draft the general prime population of male and female into the armed forces in order to crush their former brethren in the Ukraine. What do you think about this? I don't want to work. I mean, I want to work, but I don't want to go to Russia. Child, you're not going to Russia. Not Russia at all. First off, Russia is just doing what Russia needs to do. There's apparently a move to serfdom in Russia to solve their farming problem. And of course, in Russia, they're always looking back and thinking about the good old days of Joe Stalin. Hey, when you talk about Stalin, nobody knows who you're talking about, even though he's probably the second evilest man in all of friggin' history. Excuse my language. I mean, you had your basic killer, Mr. Number One, who got a lot of PR. Stalin actually killed more people, but this is where those nerdy people come in and comparative psychopaths. He killed more people in a longer period of time, but Hitler killed a lot of people in a short period of time. And post World War II was the catalyst primarily, which was 80 million people. So you didn't quibble. We all want to go down the road. Then you throw in your Mao, and you got your Mao, you got Stalin, and then we were off to the races as who was the bigger psychopath, who's the nastiest guy, who didn't have people skills. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. Where are we? Oh, yeah. Non-profit group. What's that? Apparently, there's a group where white women are told and given lessons in the both minor that and overt racism that they and unaware of their fundamental racism because of their white privilege. They engage in both macro, micro, and everything in between behavior that contributes to a fundamental institutional racism that is ingrained in the very experience of whiteness. This the pale fleece that we all share. Speak for yourself. Was this what we have a guest? Leroy Moon. Black man trapped in a white man's body. Here I go. I'm not even going to have a derivative of Vincent Gottschalk because I am not a part of this. I'm just a traveling spirit to get you experienced in the Black experience, formerly the Negro experience, but we don't use that word anymore because it's inappropriate for the times. That's right. You can't be golden. And you know the N-word. Nobody has me use the N-word yet. I didn't use the N-word. I don't even know what the N-word means. I know it means it. When I hear my rap song, and oh, you better listen to me, N-word. You better listen to me, or I'll say N-word again, and very in a friendly way to my friend, my fellow N-word. All right, I'm gonna let you pass on that. You're young, you're a baby. You don't know what you're saying. See, you keeping this boy wrong. This boy's being, raised in the wrong way. Listen, you come into my house, you disrespect it. You disrespect my home, you disrespect my routine, you disrespect me. Now, I happen to remember the invasion of Sicily by a certain party of brown and black people. If it wasn't for you, I'd be blonde as a mother. No. So don't tell me about oppression. That was about 300 years of ruling under your rule. Man, you should be grateful. We made you from blonde-haired, pale-eyed, just wow, and very attractive. Make him attractive. You have those tendencies. I didn't know that. Well, you play both sides of the street. Man, I'll knock you out. I'll just knock you out. Just one punch. Hey, look, I'll Rocky Marciano your ass. That's what I'm going to do. Don't fight. I got this under control. Everybody calm down. We're gonna give Vinny some headache, and we're gonna find out the main point of critiquing the nonprofit group that makes white women guilty. Now, I feel personally that white women should not feel guilty about imagined real or imagined racism. The priority bit should be white women should feel guilty about keeping Vincent Gottschalk in the friend zone because they got us all trapped in the friend zone knowingly. If it's known, if you know that that guy is, and you're using him for attention and not giving him you are the incarnation of evil. And going against God's will. Whoa, God's will. It's not that way. They had no friend zone in the old days, in the Stone Age times. No, 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 no. You either hit him in the head with a club or you got a dowry or something like that. You had to trade him in for a mule or something. But there was a definite thing of not having women go, relationship. People who should listen to women in their relationships should be fundamentally homosexual men. That's part of their job. That's, I won't even say F ag. That is their job as relation to the homosexual man. You are out of date. The LGBTQ community is going to get your lily white ass. See, this is not fair. You could say lily white ass, and we can't even say any one racial slur, or even imply it. It'll be in a little microaggression. I want to address against you. Man, I'll knock you out again. You haven't knocked me out yet once. Oh, here. We'll go to the next story. Born to be the queen. Apparently, there was a woman who she was the queen of 42nd Street and one of the masterminds of porn in the 1960s, 1970s. This was a Greek Jewish woman who settled down running away from the Holocaust. I don't, where's the article? Where is the article? Where's the woman's name? Well, we won't say the woman's name, but this is in the Post. If you read the Post, this woman was famous. She had an office, a porn video, and she made porn, and it was very interesting. I found it very fascinating. That's because you want to immerse yourself in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s when you were young, and you could still have operation of your machinery. Stop. First off, this man, or this entity, or this vessel that we all inhabit, has full operational skills in its equipment, if you will. And if it doesn't, there is the miracle of our Edgar, the savior of every member of those who have members. Oh, let's next. On the sign, we have, I am no pimp for Harvey. Harvey Weinstein, notorious director, producer, or was it producer of many of a Hollywood film, and who was and is in jail for molesting, even rape of women. This woman claims that she would lure people into Harvey's orbit, promising them discussions with Harvey that weren't discussions at all. No, 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 no. And she says, look at her. I am no pimp for Harvey. This is when you know you really have top-end pimp, when the pimp herself looks better than the hookers. Or in this case, the lured-in women who were lured in. Apparently, Harvey didn't introduce himself to women in his office like any decent lech would in the 1940s, 50s, and 60s. He introduced them to the toilet, and where Harvey massaged himself while interviewing the woman for her show business career. Ah, yes. Harvey, in his way, was the Epstein of movies. I wonder if they knew each other. I wonder if they were in each other's sleazy orbit, evil orbit. I love evil orbits. Tell me, God, are you the devil or God? He's really filled with himself. He thinks he's God. He's crazy. President mad, do you think? Maybe. Maybe I am mad. Maybe I'm just disgruntled and disappointed in the human race. But soon the end times are coming. The time of the end, or the beginning of the punishment. Have you been banned? Are you a woman who knowingly kept a man in the friend zone? God apparently was in the friend zone for a little while and has embittered him. Embittered him? You said him like I do. I believe the personalities are melding into each other. Oh, wait. Let's get back to the board. I am no pimp for Hardy. Let's see. I am now Kanye's office bureau. Ah, yes. Apparently, Kanye West, one of the greatest rappers in the world. I would not have familiar with Kanye's work, of course, because I'm not into the rap. But Kanye is a Nazi, or influenced by Nazis, or compliments Nazis. Apparently, some of Kanye's inspirations came from the SS, the Nazis, skinheads, and assorted white races. Unique. And Kanye has said and it was the last straw, actually, supporting Republicans and saying he's going to get all the Jews. Of course, this went too far. People said, no. Kanye, we realize you're schizophrenic, and we insist if you do have these tendencies, to start taking your meds. I don't like taking meds because they taste bad in my mouth. The big question here is Mr. Vincent Gotchard taking all his meds at the proper time? You'll be the evaluation of this audience in the comments, in the comment section, if you comment. Apparently, we don't know. No, I don't know. Nobody knows. Where's Nostrovini himself? Is he going to make an appearance? And again, we're going to tell the difference between the characters or nuances between the characters. We don't know. I am here. I am Nostrovini. Oh, Nostrovini. Oh, you're saving us. I am a Nazi. Is he Hitler? Is he a black man? Hitler was reincarnated from Hitler, a white guy, and a black guy. Oh, that would be ironic. That would be ironic. That would be very ironic. I noticed that the pompous verse that you use is similar to mine, but I'm slightly more classy than you are. Slightly more. I object to this conversation. I am losing my train of thought. I'm being derailed. Kanye West is not Hitler. Trump is not Hitler. Biden is not Hitler. Hitler was Hitler. There was only one Hitler. And he's not any of these guys. Yes, there are similarities. But if you look at, say, Trump, I wouldn't say Hitler. He does long talk along like Hitler for hours, and his people are fascinated by him. I see a little more lines of Mussolini. Mussolini with the faces. Oh, oh, if you ever see Mussolini, is kind of the clownish yet adorable. Yes, I said it. Mussolini was of all the dictators of era, the most adorable of the dictators. It's true. And a great public speaker. And he could have been a great comedian, a great stand-up, I bet you. Oh yeah, Mussolini. Hitler had no other attributes of Mussolini. Oh, you can't compliment Hitler anymore. I mean, it used to be, you could at least say he liked dogs in his name Bond. He was good to dogs. That's about it. He's a vegetarian. He farted a lot. He had his relationship with Eva Braun, among other women who committed suicide, not so good. And I think he did his cousin, if I'm not mistaken. That's not good. Shouldn't do your cousin unless you absolutely have to. You know, in the Middle Ages, you get your village, if you know what I'm saying. The next, buying the youth vote. Buying the youth. The let me tell you straight. You don't buy a youth vote. You persuade via money or favors the youth vote. This is just an exchange. No wrong with it. Biden told the people, the youth, the Z generation. I don't know how we go past. We can move the X generation. Anyway, I digress. He said, "Look, I'll forgive your debt, your $10,000 or so, and pay it off, and take the burden of paying for college for your feminist course in feminist history of the Middle Ages." This is what he did. That's what he did. And the college kids, they did it for their mortgage and got themselves out of debt. And party all stuff. Hey, you gotta have a little fun with the money. And we expect them to do. The college kids, the Generation Z, where they're supposed to take responsibility. It ain't even natural. The brains aren't fully developed yet. They're in larvae state. You're giving money to larvae. You think larvae knows how to responsibly do with money? I don't think so. Well, you insulting our youth, saying they're a bunch of shallow, spoiled rats, indulging in their proclivities towards marijuana. Like God, you never did marijuana? Come on. I have not partaken of the Mary Jane. No. My high comes from my mind. I have all the chemicals I need in the cerebellum to be high. In other words, this guy needs mints to keep him from getting high, as opposed to the medication that makes you high. Oh, self-revelation here. The youth vote. Oh, yes. David, divided government is best. Basically, this is saying that gridlock is good. Here you Democrats, here you Republicans. They hit their heads, keep themselves rustling around, trying to do this. They can do the minimum damage. It's like, who are you going to be run over by? The lefties or the righties? Nobody, because they're stuck together and you can walk by and do your life. And get a little bit of this and all that, as they both try to satisfy you. Apparently have an independent on our hands. I'm independent of you, I'm independent of him. I'm the only person I have to answer to. There's Nostrovini, yes. Nostrovini, in which all of you live in this cerebellum, this mini universe that I call my mind. Oh, he's the king of the world, or he's the little world of the gray matter that we live in. Oh, KFC in Bazaar Nazi Kaff. Kaff. Hey man, I'm gonna forgive Colonel Sanders, because you know I have issues with him myself. The issues I have with him, he is Colonel Sanders, representing the cerebellum or the South of the 1860s, in which it wasn't too good to be a black man or a black woman or a black child at that time. But I have looked past that because the Colonel has some fine chicken. Even when I was offered by a cartoon white man and his flat-chested girlfriend, a la Popeye, I choose the Colonel. The Colonel is my man because he has that secret recipe that makes me happy. See, that's what you should do. You forgive and you forget. Now, apparently, some people don't want to let it go. They don't want to never forget. They said in Germany, let's see, we're going to celebrate Kristallnacht or lineage by having some chicken. I imagine the very small Jewish population of Germany was somewhat offended by this as the worldwide jury, because whoever was putting this in KFC's promotion is an insensitive idiot. And what's wrong with being an insensitive idiot? What, Mr. Rainey, everybody's supposed to know history? Maybe the Germans want to have amnesia. They've been behaving themselves for the last 85 years. I think they should be given credit. They usually, it's a moratorium of every 20 years. They try to conquer the world. No, they're not doing that. They're just making nice cars and efficiency and all that kind of stuff. I say, forgive, but keep an eye on them. You never know. You never know. They might be in the law. What is this? What? You are persecuting us. Of course, we are not like that anymore. We are just efficient. We do everything good, even being liberal and open-minded and multicultural. We are good. We are strong. We will be very open-minded and let people into a country. Yes, we will be the most liberal, rigidly. Apparently, the Germans aren't great singers. Anyway, going back to Adidas to relinquish relationship with, yeah, the black guy who went Nazi and said anti-Semitic things. And they're going to use the design of his shoe in order to basically, yeah, they have the time. They have the thing. Oh man, they take, you say one little Nancy Nazi thing, and then it becomes an ignorant, and they steal the man's ideas. They know the man's crazy. They do that to Mel Gibson, the white man who asked to say, he said Nazi things and anti-Semitic things, and I know, but nobody's stealing from him. They're still making it up. They're double standard. Oh yes, that's fine. Oh yeah, that's just an excuse to steal from the black man. Yes, the mentally ill black man, but they don't. They don't say why he's mentally ill. He lives in a country where you idolize him, yet we demonize him at the same time. That's enough to confuse anybody. I come from the spirit world, and we are tired of this. Oh man, we're gonna have to deal with this again. Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with this again. Yeah, that's like the School International Northern Aid, what you call your basic northern neighbors high speed limit. Oh, I've heard about this. Apparently, marijuana, which is legal in Canada, is being regulated by the government. And the deliveries of marijuana are so fast. If you want your marijuana, I want to get high. Within 15 minutes, you got your marijuana. Well, the government says you're too fast. You're too fast. You're too fast. You're too fast with the marijuana going to the marijuana users because you get them really high and you want to get them addicted by too much marijuana coming into them too fast. And you get it, and the guy who's delivering the marijuana has to gauge that these people are that high. I see. So the marijuana providers have to keep people from getting addicted to the marijuana by being slower to deliver the marijuana, therefore cutting down on addiction to marijuana, which would make Canada very high, as well as being cold. I don't understand. I don't think you should. I don't think any of us understand government regulation. I mean, a vice is a vice. That's what I say. I say if you don't take your Mary Jane, your marijuana, your illicit drug, it should stay in the friggin' shadows. We're men, real men. Can make a breath. What's going to happen to the cartels? They delivering their marijuana. There are certain, there are certain cartels that it's gonna hurt them. It's gonna hurt them. And nobody cares about the cartels and the marijuana providers of Mexico and the children that they have to put through international colleges in Europe. Nobody's thinking about them. The little guy always takes it in the pocket. Always taking it in the pocket. Not that I ever dealt those. I never do drugs. I never did that. With a little loan sharking or gambling. Nobody gets hurt unless they don't pay off their debts. Degenerate gamblers. I think we ran out of stuff. I think we're at the end of the November 11th Post paper. Let's go back. So this was an experiment in comedy. I don't know how long it lasts. I don't know how much attention I can make little comments. I'm going to send this to my 12. Yes, like the apostles, I have 12 followers from what I know, and you could critique my characters, the concept. Remember, it's its own larvae state, and we're not going to quite be gentle. If you're not gentle, I'll just ignore you. Goodbye. Oh, here we go. Let's go end this. And boom. And meeting for all.